Dear students, good evening. Yesterday class we discussed about uh, you know chapter 2, right? Chapter 2, uh, like converters, right? So it may be single phase or uh, three phase or dual converters, right? And we are having one more concept in the chapter 2, cycloconverters. We will see later. And yesterday we have started. Uh, I mean, I mean, uh, the meaning of so the general application of a diode, right? So what is the general application of a diode? If you take the application of a diode, diode acts as a good rectifier. Acts as a good rectifier. It converts alternating current into pulsating DC, constant DC. If you use a filter, right? But the thyristor or SCR, silicon control rectifier, having double operation. What is the double operation? Double applications. That means it can convert alternating current into pulsating DC or variable DC, nothing but acting as a rectifier. Or sometimes it may act as the DC into AC, DC into AC. So if a thyristor is going to convert the DC into AC, that is the meaning of it acts as a good inverter. Thyristor acting as a good inverter. So rectifier and inverter combiningly we can say it is a converter. So the thyristor is going to convert, is capable to convert AC to DC as a rectifier and DC to AC as inverter. See, the third chapter having two applications. The thyristor having two applications in the third chapter. So the third chapter of your industrial electronics includes two major applications of the thyristor. The first application is the thyristor acting as a good inverter. The second application is the thyristor acts as a good chopper. Good chopper. Okay, we'll see the chopper concept later, but this time we'll see how this thyristor acts as a good inverter. Right? See, there are some topics available in this: voltage source, series inverter, voltage source, parallel inverter, bridge inverter, that may be 180 degrees and 120 degrees modes, and pulse width modulation inverters, PWM, pulse width modulation inverter. So this is the three concepts available under this inverter, right? Then once we complete this inverter, next we see what is a chopper, right? See, what is an inverter? So a device that converts DC power into AC, DC power into AC at a desired output voltage and frequency. At a desired output voltage and frequency is called an inverter. I think you have a word oscillator in the EDC subject, electronic devices and circuits. There is there is one topic available. What is that? Oscillator. So with the transistor, if you take a transistor, the major application of the transistor is it acts as amplifier, of course, and also it acting as oscillator. So what is the basic difference between amplifier and oscillator? The basic difference between amplifier and oscillator is amplifier accepts the input signal. Of course, its level may be a very small. Very small input it accepts. The output is very bigger one. Higher output. suppose if you give millivolts as input to the amplifier, at the end, at the output, you may expect in terms of volts, in terms of volts. So if you take output by input, V by millivolts, your voltage gain is more. Your voltage gain is more. So the transistor acting as a good amplifier. It acts as small input and converts into amplifies into a strength output. A strength output. Okay. Okay. For a second application by transistor act as an oscillator. So what is the oscillator? What is the input to the oscillator? Like amplifier, the oscillator doesn't accept the input. Doesn't accept the input. We are not giving very small input to the oscillator. So due to feedback, due to that feedback provided, the oscillator will generate the output. Generally, we are applying for any amplifier or oscillator. We are applying some supply, DC supply. So oscillator simply due to regenerative feedback and phase shift availability, due to phase shift availability, the oscillator may convert DC into AC. DC into AC. But remember that AC is up to some design level. So you cannot expect more voltage in the output, and you cannot expect more frequency in the output. Up to some level of voltage, some level of frequency you can expect from the oscillator. Why I am telling like this means that the application of transistor is it acts as an oscillator and amplifier. Oscillator doing the same concept, converting that DC into AC. But inverter is not like this. Inverter, of course, the function is similar. Inverter converts the DC into AC, but AC is not a simple accepted voltage and frequency. It is high voltage and high frequency. Thus, we have to observe between oscillator and inverter. Oscillator and inverter. In the oscillator, the output voltage is very small. The frequency is also very small. But in the inverter, the output voltage is very high and the frequency is very high. So the main application of the thyristor is converts DC into high level of AC and high level of frequency, which are dangerous to human beings. That we have to observe. Thyristor acts as a good inverter. It converts DC into high power voltage, high power frequencies. Okay. So how the problem is how you are going to construct a circuit with available thyristors, how you are making the arrangements for achieving the high power voltage and the high power frequencies. That is our issue. Okay. See, there is arrangement. A single phase voltage source inverter. The arrangement is like this. See, we are applying a voltage source. It is a voltage source. Yeah, the arrangement is like this. So here we selected 2 thyristors and 2 freewheeling diodes. 2 freewheel diodes. Okay, so how they are connected? They are connected like this. See, the supply is divided into Vs nothing but source voltage. Source voltage. That is a constant voltage. Constant DC voltage. That is connected like this such that the voltage divides into Vs by 2 and Vs by 2. And from the center of the supply connected to thyristor center through a load. Through the load. Across this load, you have to collect the output. This output is in terms of alternating. That V0 is a higher frequency voltage, high output voltage with frequency, with frequency. That means see this waveform. This waveform depicts that the current flowing through gate 1 of the thyristor. This one depicts the current flowing through Ig2. I mean, flowing through thyristor 2. Because if you are regular to the classes, you can understand why we have to apply the current to the gate of the thyristor, of the SCR. So if you are not triggering the gate, the thyristor or SCR may not be on. If it is on only, it converts, it acts as an inverter, it acts as a converter, or it acts as a rectifier. So gate terminal is very, very important. So gate should be triggered properly. Unless you are not triggering gate properly, it is looks like off state. Off state. So we are applying here suitable gate currents to this, which is depicted as positive pulses like this. So Ig2 is having another force of the positive pulses. Okay, and across the output, if you collect it, and if you have a CRO, if you have a cathode ray oscilloscope, it will be analog CRO or digital CRO, and you connect the red color is at this junction, and blue, I'm sorry, red color at this junction, blue color is at this junction. You can see the output is like this. You can see amplitude versus time. Amplitude versus time. So it shows that what is that? Positive cycle, negative half cycle. Positive half cycle, negative half cycle. It is called one cycle. Again, positive half cycle, negative half cycle. Remember, from 0 to pi, we have one cycle, and another at 2 pi, say 2t. We are referring here t and 2t. T is the time period. Okay. So under 2t, you may get another cycle. So what is this cycle? Cycles per second refers to frequency. This waveform having some amplitude. What the amplitude we are collecting? Amplitude is Vs by 2 and Vs by 2. Vs by 2 and minus Vs by 2. Okay, but remember, it is not in the form of DC, it is in the AC, alternating one. Okay, and this time period will give you f equal to 1 by t. If you do 1 by t, you make it frequency. That means from this mechanism, we are observing that if the thyristor is triggered properly with suitable current, it acts, this mechanism converts the DC voltage Vs into AC voltage V0. And you may also get a time period T, which gives a frequency equals to 1 by T Hz. 1 by T Hz. So we have mathematical equations, all these, how it is going to be converted. Mathematically, we are writing all these, and thereby see V naught we are writing like this, and the power equal to I into R, I into R. I'm sorry, power equal to I square R. So we are writing I square R. We may get power R. So you may expect voltage, high frequency, and high power, high power. So this is the parameters an AC includes. So we are selecting only, remember, this diagram selects only DC power, two thyristors and two freewheeling diodes. So at a time you are converting, the thyristor 1 may convert half portion of the alternating one, remaining half by this second thyristor. Otherwise, if you modify the circuit into more and more thyristors, yeah, like this, single phase full bridge. Full bridge means, yeah, take thyristor 1, 2, 1, 2, at once they are connecting, 3, 4 at once they are connecting. So they are doing one cycle, one half cycle, and these two doing connecting another half cycle. Remember, we are exciting DC source, no doubt, but we are connecting the output across the load. So only the difference is we are adding more thyristors for better conversion. Adding more thyristors for better conversion. In the previous diagram, only one thyristor is on for one half cycle. But here, two thyristors are on at a time, T1 and T2. IG1, IG2 will be triggered at a time. And T3, T4. Nana, history, what? So the second way, the trigger the thyristor 3T, T3 and T4 is connected, is triggered. That's only difference. You can select how better conversion you want. You can select one thyristor, one diode for half conversion. You can select two thyristors and two diodes for other conversions. Your wish. Ultimately, we are going to get AC from the DC. See, this is our AC we have to get. This is the amplitude, this is the time period, whereby we may get frequency. So these are the calculations. You may also get the V naught. V naught is like this. V naught is sinusoidal form. Sinusoidal form is what? Is it alternating one? Alternating one. So the same we are also showing like this. Single phase bridge. We are showing like this also. The same diagram we are represented like this in terms of transistor we are showing. So here uh, inverters maybe a voltage source or current source and pulse width model. Pulse width model uh, here Okay, in this see the syllabus, voltage source, series parallel. So series means, just now we connected the tyres are in series by applying voltage source. Tyres are in parallel by applying voltage source. So the tyres are forming as a bridge, as a bridge form. So 180 degrees more means phase shift. Phase shift is 180 degrees or sometimes 120 degrees. Okay. Uh, pulse width modulation means if you go for modulation techniques, I will discuss later what is the modulation, what is amplitude modulation, phase modulation, and pulse width modulation, right? Later. So, voltage series, voltage parallel, series inverter, parallel inverter, bridge inverter. So all the two diagrams describes the voltage series. Voltage series. Next class tomorrow we will see parallel and other concepts. Huh? Okay. Now I am going to stop. I have the class for third year. Okay. Tomorrow I will take I will complete the remaining concepts in the inverter. Okay, ma.